Hello, Master Numerologist Andre Alvin Moore. And it's been over 3 years, and the fighting between Russia and Ukraine is still going on. And now America has given Iran an ultimatum to make a deal within 10 days, or America has a high probability of attacking Iran. Will we ever get tired of pointing guns at each other? So let us pray that we do not engage in a combat with Iran, and let us pray that the war between Russia and Ukraine come to an end sooner than later. Okay, thank you. Today's lesson is my tribute to the Reverend Jesse Jackson. On February the 17th, 2026, Reverend Jesse Jackson made his transition at the tender age of 84. These are his exit numbers: 2, 8, 1, with an exit core of number 2. Okay, so you see 2 for February, 8 when you add 1 and 7 together, and then 1 when you add 2026 together. It comes back to a 1 energy, and those three numbers, 8, 2, and 1, bring us to his exit core of the number 2. Now, what's interesting is that when you add 22 plus 17 plus 2026, you get 2045 vibrates to a 2. So you're going to see 4 2s develop. And 4 times 2 is 8, and he died at 84. Now, number 2 strives for balance. And since there are 4 of them, Jesse Jackson was very good at structuring and organizing. He founded the People United to Save Humanity, also the Rainbow Coalition. Jesse Jackson ran twice for the presidency of the United States of America. Jesse Jackson was a strong voice for justice and civil rights. He worked daily to bring about balance in an unjust America. He stood on the front line and marched to bring awareness of the plight of disenfranchised Americans. Jesse died on the 17th, which make a 178 pattern because 1 plus 7 equals 8. The number 1 stands for his leadership, and the number 7 is self-explanatory because he's a reverend, but he was guided by spiritual principles. And he spoke with power and authority, which would be number 8. Now, in the year 2026, at the back end of it, you see a 2 and a 6. The 2 energy denotes an individual that's filled with love and compassion for various types of groups of people. He formulated the Rainbow Coalition, in which he embraced all nationalities. And then the number 6 is someone that stood for social justice. Now, these two numbers, the 2 and the 6, make an 8 energy, which is the powerful number 8. And powerful people supported his cause of justice for all. But then you had some that threatened his life, powerful people that threatened his life to silence his voice. And his family lived in fear that their father will become assassinated. But the good Lord placed his loving arms around brother Jesse Jackson for 84 years and kept him safe. Now, these are 2 8s. The 2 and the 6 that comes at the end of 2026, and the 1 and the 7, the day that he died on, are blended to the number 7, because 8 plus 8 equals 16, and 1 plus 6 brings us back to the number 7, which denotes a man of God. Now, 2026 is a one universal year, and you derive that by adding the 4 digits. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6 vibrates on the 10th level, reduced down to the number 1, which reveals a towering personality that commanded the stage wherever he went or spoke. Jesse Jackson was born on October the 8th, 1941, with a life path of the number 6, a spiritual fighter for justice and civil rights. 3 ones are prominent in his birth cycles, illustrating a man gifted with the voice of leadership, and the number 3, communication. So the 1 for leadership and 3 for communication, a dynamic speaker, a great orator. Jackson died at the age of 84, which is a 3 cycle, because 8 plus 4 is 12, 1 plus 2 brings us back to the number 3, the orator. Rest in peace, my brother. Your voice will be missed. I'm going to run to the whiteboard right quick, because I want to highlight some of the details so that you can get a better understanding of the vibrational frequency that the brother was working with. So let's start here. He left the planet 2/17/2026. So 2, 8, 1, gonna bring us to he left on a 2 energy. So you see this predomination of 2s here and here. But if I stack it this way, 2 plus 8 plus 20/26, you get 20/45 to hit his 2 energy. But now we get a 2 here, a 2 here, a 2 here, and a 2 here, which is 4 of them. And so 4 times 2 equals 8. So you see that he died at 84. So you see the 8 there, and you swing that over and connect with this 4 energy there. Another interesting pattern. You see this 2 and the 6 energy here. 2 plus 6 equals 8. And then the 1 and the 7 energy here. The 1 plus 7 equals 8. And then these 2 8s drop down to make a 16, which makes a 7 energy. To carry it even further, this 7 here and this 7 here, 7 plus 7 equals 14, and 1 plus 4 equals 5. Freedom fighter. Okay? Let's see what else. And I spoke about the 1-7 pattern right here. 1-7-8 pattern. Okay, so now let me turn this around. And continue with the lesson. And let me make sure that my camera is picking up all the information. Yep. Okay. Here we go. Here, the name Jesse. The first earth tone is a 1. That means that his foundation, a truth, is to be a strong leader. That's how he starts off with a 1. A leader that's working for freedom, The first vowel is a 5, which drops down to make a 6 energy. His 6 energy is his destiny. He came to liberate us from the bondage of racism, prejudice, bigotry. The freedom fighter. He has 3 1s, the great orator. He got 2 5s. That's going to bring you back to another 1 energy. Jesse vibrates to a 13/4. See the 3 energy, the orator, the great builder, the leader. Jackson, a 19 energy, reduced down to a 1 energy. The 4 and the 1 makes a 5 energy, the freedom fighter. But Jackson contains 3 1s as well. 1, 2, 3. You got 3 1s here. You got 3 1s here. That's a 6 energy. Demonstrating, illustrating that he was on point. He knew exactly what he wanted to do and how he wanted to go about doing it. And he came with a lot of self-confidence because of all of these 1's energies, and he left in a 1 year, which is another indicator that he wasn't fooling around. He was not fooling around, and he came with the power to break down those walls that was keeping people of color in poverty, lack of education, lack of job opportunities, the racism, the prejudice that where people didn't want to live around you, didn't want to go to school with you. He came to break that down. His 1 energy walked with giants like Dr. Martin Luther King and Andrew Young and Angela Davis. So you see, you got the 3 1s. The 2 5s come back to the 1 energy. His birth cycles, October, the 1, the power, the money. You gotta have money to build those organizations. He ran for the presidency of the United States of America twice. 1941, the 4 and the 1. The 4 and the 1. The freedom fighter. Vibration on the 6th level. The 1 and the 8 drops down to make the 9. The humanitarian. He founded an organization, People United, to save humanity. When you add these numbers together here, you get a life path of 6. Social justice, the father, the parent, the leader, the nurturer. If you look here, 1/8/1941, you see the 4, you see the 8. He died at 84. The orator, gifted with words, gifted with speech, gifted with writing ability. His voice rang out for truth and liberty. Some of the younger subscribers may not understand the statue of Jesse Jackson, the walls that he tore down with other great leaders, so that you can have what you have today: more equal education, ability to vote, to move in different neighborhoods. We still have that prejudice and racism floating through America. This 3 energy is working in a very negative vibration right now with all the lying, all the deceptions that's going on right now in this current administration. To try to, once again, build back up walls, destroying the society that Jesse Jackson and Dr. Martin Luther King and Andrew Young came to try to build a society that works for all Americans, just not for the powerful and the wealthy. And he was very successful at it. But look at all these ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The Humanitarian. The Rainbow Coalition. I accept all of you. The voice, the writer, the speaker. Word power. In the beginning was the Word. The Word. Creation comes about through the manifestation of your words. As a man thinketh, as a woman thinketh, so it must be. Thy will must be done. You speak with affirmative. You speak positively. You manifest your reality by the thoughts that you think, the words that you speak. You have to be held responsible. The 3 energy. So, this is my tribute to the brother, Reverend Jesse Jackson. Rest in peace. You fought a good fight. You came with so much strength because he knew what he was up against. He knew his family would be placed in jeopardy because the powers that be, every time you try to move forward, the powers that be wants to assassinate you, like they did King, like they did Mahatma Gandhi. They don't want you to be liberated. They want to keep you in poverty. But you can't allow that to happen. Everybody has to raise their backbone up and stand for something, or you're going to fall for anything. And the time to do it, 2026, is now. We cannot allow America to attack Iran and put us in harm's way. We cannot allow that to happen. And if it happens, I told you, the battle of the ones. We don't want that fight. We don't need that fight. But if we don't stand as one and speak out with our voices, if the Supreme Court don't speak up and speak out, if the media don't speak up and speak out, if we don't push back and America attacks Iran, we do not know the repercussions that may happen if that goes down. We can't afford for that to happen. We got to pray for peace in the Middle East. But you can't have peace in the Middle East if you ain't got peace in America. ICE is killing American citizens. Where is the pushback? Where is the voice? I'm talking about a voice that's so loud that it must be heard. So loud that it brings about the positive change. So, until the next video, peace.